He was admitted to a prestigious university at just 7 years old. Every top student in the room looked at him with disdain. No one expected to see a little kid sitting in a quantum mechanics class. Many arrogant honor students immediately packed up their books and walked out of the classroom. No one at the university wanted anything to do with him. No matter where he went, people always laughed at him behind his back. But it didn't take long for the boy to win over those brilliant students with his extraordinary talent. He was the only one who could solve the particle equilibrium problem the professor presented. During exams, everyone shamelessly copied his answers. It was obvious that the boy was a genius among geniuses, but he didn't inherit any remarkable genes. When his mother gave birth to him, she didn't even know who his father was. From the moment he was born, he had memories. He clearly remembered his mother naming him Fred. As soon as he learned to speak, he could already read the words printed on the back of a cafeteria tray.
Coffer. Look, right? No coffer. It's a plate. Jesus. Coffer.
After he started elementary school, the difference between him and the other children became even more obvious. While the other kids played jump rope and soccer together, he quietly sketched a portrait with chalk on an empty patch of ground. During music class, he could even accompany the teachers singing by playing the piano. His classmates treated him like a strange outsider, but Fred only wanted to be friends with them, because he had never shared a meal with kids his own age. Compared to Fred's brilliant mind, his mother was more like a 3-year-old child. Every day after finishing work at a Chinese restaurant, she would come to school in a cheongsam to pick Fred up. Whenever they rode the bus, she treated the handrails like a playground swing. While Fred studied advanced mathematics, she constantly distracted him beside him. She ate cherries and spat the pits out the window, then laughed while telling Fred to see who got hit. Fred was always patient. He explained the difficult math problems in his books, and told her stories about famous mathematicians. But every conversation felt like talking to a brick wall. His mother knew her son possessed extraordinary gifts, but she never wanted to push him too hard. As a single mother with very little income, she only wanted to give Fred a happy childhood. Not long afterward, Fred's information was discovered by a gifted children's training center. After reviewing his IQ test, a female professor quickly invited the mother and son to her office. After talking with them, she realized Fred also had incredible artistic talent. She invited him to join her Olympiad program for gifted children. She said that with proper training, Fred would soon become a superstar in the academic world. He would appear on television shows and interviews, and his future would be worth a fortune. But his mother turned down the invitation without any hesitation. She believed she could support her son on her own, and she never wanted to rely on him to change their lives. Fred's 7th birthday was approaching. The two of them bought plenty of food and planned to throw a birthday party at home. They even made lots of invitations for Fred to hand out at school. But as soon as the bell rang, everyone rushed away. In the end, no one wanted to be friends with the strange kid. That night, Fred was so heartbroken that he had a nightmare. His mother rushed into his room to comfort him. She told Fred not to be sad. Tomorrow she would personally go with him and invite every classmate to the birthday party. But the next day, even after all their efforts, not a single guest showed up. Fred quietly walked out of the room. Only then did his mother realize, maybe Fred could only become friends with other gifted children who shared his interests. So she finally gave in and called the professor. She agreed to send Fred to the gifted training camp. Even though it broke her heart, as long as her son was happy, she was willing to let him go. For the next 2 weeks, Fred trained and competed with the professor. Every child in the group had exceptional talent in a different field. When they arrived at the training center, gifted children were everywhere. Yet Fred still couldn't make any friends. He always sat alone in the corner. Thankfully, the professor noticed his loneliness and genuinely cared about every gifted child. She encouraged Fred to talk to everyone and express what was on his mind. No one would laugh at him. Soon, the first math competition at the camp began. Among the contestants was a gifted boy named Damon. He calculated how many minutes there were in 45 years in just a few seconds, then proudly claimed the questions were far too easy, and challenged the judges to give him something more difficult. So the judges kept raising the difficulty. The confidence on Damon's face quickly disappeared.
How about giving me a number that when divided by the product of its digits, the quotient is 3, and if you were to add 18 to this number, the digits would be inverted. That is correct, Damon.
Well, what's right? I didn't say anything.
You said 24.
Well, no, I didn't. I mean, I would have, but...
Because Fred answered before anyone else, Damon felt his pride as a genius had been challenged. He angrily grabbed Fred and warned him not to interrupt again. Fortunately, the professor stepped in just in time and stopped the bullying. She realized Fred was more than 10 times more talented than the other children. So in the following math competition, Fred took Damon's place. His extraordinary mathematical talent finally amazed everyone. Whether it was calculating enormous numbers or finding the cube root of a number in the millions, he could give the correct answer within seconds. Every answer earned thunderous applause. But Damon, who had been replaced, was filled with resentment. A few days later, the professor brought several of the children to her estate so they could relax. Fred gradually fit in, and finally made some friends. Meanwhile, Damon was left all by himself. He often wandered off alone. Fred noticed this, so he went to the stable to find Damon, and asked why he always looked so angry. Damon answered honestly, because Fred had taken away all the professor's attention. He assumed Fred must have lots of friends, but that wasn't true at all.
I don't have any friends at home.
Oh. Well then, boo-hoo, Fred. I'm all busted up inside.
What about you?
Come on, wake up and face north, twink. I'm an asshole. Assholes don't have friends. But then, I don't really care.
You don't?
The reasonable man adapts himself to the world around him. The unreasonable man expects the world to adapt to him. Therefore, all progress is made by unreasonable men.
Didn't say that?
It's George Bernard Shaw. Like to ride horses?
I don't know how.
Well, and today's your lucky day.
After discovering they had something in common, the two boys quickly opened up to each other. Damon told Fred that he had known since childhood he was hundreds of times smarter than other kids, but being different only made people dislike him. Without the professor's support, he would have been nothing more than an outcast. Intelligence itself wasn't what mattered. What mattered was how you chose to use it. As they talked, Damon challenged Fred to a horse race to see who could reach the house first. Then he smacked Fred's pony, giving him a head start. Since it was Fred's first time riding a horse, he felt incredibly nervous. Damon soon caught up and passed him with ease. He kept turning around with a smug grin. Because of that, he failed to notice the tree directly ahead.
Damon?
When he finally woke up, the professor wanted to make sure he was conscious, so she asked him how many fingers she was holding up.
Orange.
You'll be fine.
That single fall had turned a once brilliant genius into an ordinary person. After the training camp ended, Fred returned home. After saying goodbye to the professor and his friends, his mother warmly welcomed him back. She excitedly announced that she had prepared lots of surprises for him, like a piano. Although it was only painted on the wall, she couldn't afford a real one yet, but she promised they would have one someday. However, Fred seemed like a completely different person. In the past, he would have pretended to be happy just to make his mother smile. Now, he criticized her for painting the piano keys incorrectly, then suddenly started talking about subatomic particles. His mother couldn't understand a single word, and the conversation became painfully awkward. Watching Fred excitedly chatting with his gifted friends on the phone, his mother began to feel a growing distance between them. After returning to school, Fred became distracted in class. Whenever another student answered the teacher's question, he frowned with obvious disappointment. At the same time, the professor came to visit his mother. She said she wanted to write a book about gifted children. With Fred as the main character, she hoped Fred could spend the summer with her. She would arrange for him to skip grades and enroll directly in a prestigious university. She also promised to cover all of his tuition, room, and board. His mother naturally refused the proposal.
What I'm trying to tell you, Miss Tate, is that right now your son is starving for stimulation and challenge, and for some order in his life. Things that you don't provide, but that I will. I know that to deny a child's potential is to smother his true self.
Fred doesn't give a shit about his potential. He just wants to be a normal, happy little kid.
Well, he's not normal, thank God. And he's certainly not happy. And you underestimate him greatly if you think that a summer by the pool will ever be enough for him. Fred wants to go to college. Don't take my word for it. Ask him.